In Georgia, West Georgia, the #2 ranked team in Division II football, knocks off Valdosta State 49-28, and that, my friends, is the Peach Basket Trophy, they call it. And, of course, West Georgia got the win today, and an exciting game. And West Georgia, boy, they look good today. Don Russell along with Rick Rhoades inside the booth here. And, Rick, I tell you, it was a close game early. Commissioner Wilson pointed out to us that last couple of minutes of the second quarter and the first part of the third quarter really talks some turnovers and some things happened, and all of a sudden West Georgia opened it up, and it was tough to play catch up with them.
Yeah, it really was. West Georgia was able to hit some big plays, force Valdosta State out of their game. You know, they'd really been hurt hard by O'Neill's run, but they had to put the load on their quarterback Hilliard's shoulders, and it just, just wasn't meant to be as West Georgia with a very impressive 49-28 win. Let's
talk about the highlights, and of course most of them came in the second half if you're a West Georgia fan, and they really were impressive. They started forcing some turnovers.
They got some pressure on the quarterback. There's a little underneath route that's intercepted by Gabe Freeman in man coverage. Really a nice job by him, and they don't waste any time. Sell the halfback pass by Franks, right on the money for a big score to get the second half started. That one was to Jackson with 28 yards. Come right back, ball's tipped, interception there. That one picked off by Laranji Vazen.
And that's what happened, and now you start to see West Georgia really gain some confidence. What a perfect throw here by
He hangs that deep post route right in the back corner of the end zone and lets Walker run underneath it for a 46-yard post route for the touchdown. Scramble drill right here, just like you practice it. Throws a strike right into the open area to Jones, another 25-yard completion. I tell you what, we talked a lot about Franks, but Diggy had a wonderful day himself. He's a little scissors route that's completed to Chris Anderson. Nice throw by Rivers for Valdosta's last score, and then Hunter Heck will end the scoring with a 23-yard field goal. Makes it look like he's out to practice early.
Yep, and he was perfect, still on the season. There are the numbers of the game. Rick, you could see West Georgia really got the overall total advantage in that second half.
Yeah, and of course, I mean, Franks, you talk about, 17 carries for 172 yards, 10 yards a carry, and that certainly is the story of the game. But I tell you, I was very, very impressed with Darrell Dickey. Dallas Dickey. Pretty impressed with Darrell too, but very impressed with Dallas Dickey. Really great stats. Managed the game very well. He's always done that, but showed some arm strength and some feel for where the ball should go. That frankly is a lot better than it was a couple of years ago, which it should be. He's a couple of years older, and I think that's going to be a real key going down the stretch. So I think every bit as good as advertised. The 5 sacks. I mean, they've been able to get pressure with 4 down linemen. They did it again today. Once they forced Valdosta State to get out of their running game. Really, Valdosta State did not have any answer at all for that hard 4-man pressure.
No doubt about that. That's the story from here in Carrollton, Georgia. And we'll see you next week in Livingston, Shorter, and West Alabama, 3 p.m. Eastern, presented by Florida Space Coast on ESPN3 and the ESPN3 app.